They heard me say it. I said that. If I was on there, I said that.
Turn around, please. You did not.
Shekinah, you stopped them, and I said the same. You asked me, do you think I'm happier? That you asked me the question, and I answered it. So why would you sit there and say that?
Because I am happy.
But why would you sit there and say that I ain't say that?
Because you didn't.
And I think she's happy. Yes, I did.
It wasn't loud and clear.
Tell me. Yeah? Tell me what's going on right there. What's going on?
Breaking have taken a dramatic turn in Atlanta tonight, as the city's nightlife has been rocked by a scandal of unbelievable proportions. Tiny, a beloved figure who has inspired millions, has been arrested, and the reason behind it will leave you heartbroken. A shocking video has surfaced, showing a violent altercation with Shekinah, unfiltered and going viral in mere minutes. The internet is in chaos, with hashtags like #TinyArrested and #ShekinahAttack trending across the globe. Fans are left in disbelief as they watch the once glamorous Tiny stepping out of her sleek black SUV, visibly shaken. Every tremor of fear, every tear she couldn't hold back, is captured by flashing cameras, and the heartbreak of her fans is palpable. The city that once thrived with music and joy now feels filled with betrayal, fear, and chaos. Reporters swarm, security struggles to keep order, and the authorities move in as the viral footage dictates the public's perception. Online, reactions pour in, some defend her, others accuse, but the confusion and sadness are universal. What started as a personal moment has now spiraled into a global spectacle. Was this all a setup, a misunderstanding, or the painful reality laid bare for the world to witness? Tiny's life has quickly become the center of outrage and sorrow, and the world can't stop watching. This isn't just gossip anymore. This is raw, emotional drama, a star who has fallen from grace in front of millions. Atlanta's usual glitter has turned into a somber reflection of this shocking turn of events. Tiny, once the symbol of strength, now finds herself in the eye of a public storm that's difficult to navigate. As the video spread like wildfire, hashtags flooded the internet, and fans' disbelief grew. The nightclub, once filled with vibrant energy, now felt like the epicenter of a catastrophe. Fans, reporters, and onlookers all rushed to understand what had just happened, but clarity remained out of reach. The footage, now dictating the narrative, made it clear. Tiny was escorted away in handcuffs, her face etched with shock and despair. Her every step away from the scene deepened her personal nightmare. And this was just the beginning. The internet exploded with reactions, memes, debates, anger, and tears. Fans were split between defending her and condemning her actions. The emotional weight was impossible to ignore, with many families glued to their screens, imagining what it would be like to be in her shoes. How could someone so adored fall so far, so quickly? As Tiny's limo drove away, a deep silence fell. Fans, celebrities, and onlookers felt the weight of the tragedy. The questions began to rise. Was this a setup? Was the footage manipulated to damage her reputation? Or was this the painful truth no one wanted to face? Even as conspiracy theories spread, the fact remained: Tiny's life had been irrevocably altered in the public eye. This wasn't just a moment of drama. It was a life-changing incident that extended beyond the screen. Fans were in tears, parents holding their children closer, and even the city of Atlanta itself seemed to mourn. The once bright lights of the city now flickered in the shadow of fear and sadness. Tiny, who had long stood as a symbol of resilience and strength, was now a stark reminder that fame offers no protection against the vulnerability we all carry. In this moment of heartbreak, the world couldn't look away. The footage, the tears, and the raw emotion displayed made this incident unforgettable. The events that unfolded tonight in Atlanta have left fans speechless, as a heartbreaking scandal took over the city. Tiny, a beloved figure who once symbolized strength and grace, has been arrested, and the reason behind it will leave you in shock. A viral video emerged, showing a violent confrontation with Shekinah, spreading like wildfire across social media. As the footage gained traction, hashtags like #TinyArrested and #ShekinahAttack dominated online conversations, sending shockwaves around the globe. Fans watched in disbelief as Tiny stepped out of her sleek black SUV, struggling to hold herself together. The flashing cameras captured every tear, every moment of fear, every raw emotion that she could not hide. The once glamorous nightclub, a place of celebration, now felt like the epicenter of chaos. Reporters crowded around, Security tried to manage the crowd, and the authorities stepped in as the footage shaped the public's perception. The heartbreak spread fast. People took to social media to share their emotional reactions, and fans defended or condemned Tiny, torn by the tragic turn of events. As the tension built, questions began to swirl. Was this a setup, a misunderstanding, or the painful truth that everyone had been too blind to see? The tragedy was now a global spectacle, not just a celebrity scandal. Tiny's life, once shining bright in the public eye, was now exposed and vulnerable, her every step a reminder of the cost of fame. The world watched as Tiny was escorted away in handcuffs, her face reflecting disbelief and despair. The viral video captured her every movement, her shaky steps, and the way she avoided the cameras, unable to hide her sorrow. The narrative continued to unfold online, as fans, analysts, and insiders weighed in, fueling the fire. The mansion where the incident started now stood as a symbol of shattered trust, broken friendships, and a public spectacle that no one saw coming. The social media response was overwhelming. Hashtags like #BringBackTiny and #JusticeForShekinah trended globally, turning a personal moment of tragedy into a worldwide conversation. Fans felt their hearts breaking alongside Tiny as they watched the emotional chaos unfold in real time. Meanwhile, whispers of conspiracy theories spread, and some questioned whether the footage had been manipulated to create an even bigger scandal. Through it all, Tiny's vulnerability was undeniable. Her tears, her trembling hands, and her broken gaze were captured in heartbreaking clarity, reminding everyone that behind the headlines and viral videos, a real person was suffering. Families, fans, and even celebrities, gripped by the emotional intensity, couldn't look away. They felt the pain, the fear, and the weight of the situation as though it was happening to them. As the night wore on, Tiny's story became a symbol of the harsh realities that come with fame, the intense scrutiny, the cruelty of public judgment, and the devastating consequences of a moment gone wrong. The city of Atlanta, once filled with bright lights and music, now felt shadowed by the heartbreak, leaving fans and the world in a collective state of disbelief and sadness. In the end, what began as a scandal has turned into a viral tragedy, one that will be remembered, dissected, and relived over and over. The emotional storm is far from over, and as more details come to light, the world watches, waiting for answers that may never come. The glittering lights of Atlanta's nightlife were abruptly dimmed tonight by a scandal so shocking it left fans in disbelief. Tiny, once a symbol of strength and grace, now finds herself at the center of a heartbreaking ordeal. A viral video surfaced showing a violent confrontation with Shekinah, setting social media ablaze with hashtags like #TinyArrested and #Shekinah trending worldwide. As Tiny stepped out of her black SUV, the flashing cameras captured every moment of vulnerability, every tear, every tremor, every emotion she couldn't hide. Fans who once admired her are now watching, stunned, as their beloved figure is caught in a nightmare. The nightclub, once filled with laughter and music, now felt like the epicenter of chaos. Security struggled to manage the crowd, while authorities worked quickly as the footage continued to dictate the narrative. Fans and reporters flooded social media with their reactions, sharing their horror, support, and confusion. Was this a setup? A misunderstanding? Or was this the painful truth finally exposed? The story was far from over, but it was already shaking the world. Inside, the weight of the situation pressed heavily on Tiny. Sitting alone in custody, her hands trembling, her face streaked with tears, the pain of humiliation and heartbreak was almost too much to bear. The cameras that once captured her moments of grace now captured her raw, unfiltered sorrow. The world watched in real time as she faced a public downfall, every moment of her pain broadcasted for millions to see. Meanwhile, the aftermath was chaotic. The nightclub's once festive atmosphere was now forever tainted. Overturned tables, broken bottles, and whispers from staff filled the air, as the viral video of the confrontation left no room for escape. Every detail, every tear, every glance of fear was captured, leaving viewers across the world glued to their screens. Social media became a whirlwind of emotion. Fans shared their feelings of heartbreak, disbelief, and confusion, while others defended Tiny or condemned her. The emotional intensity was so overwhelming that fans began questioning the fairness of a world that thrives on public humiliation. As the footage continued to circulate, the world's focus shifted to Tiny's humanity. Her vulnerability was exposed in ways no one could have anticipated, reminding everyone that behind every viral video, there's a real person, grappling with the weight of fame and the cruelty of public judgment. The pain was universal, felt by millions who watched her world crumble. Families, fans, and even celebrities spoke out, sharing their own experiences with public scrutiny, amplifying the collective sorrow. The real tragedy, however, wasn't just the viral video or the backlash, but the emotional cost of fame itself. Tiny's ordeal became a painful reminder of how quickly admiration can turn to judgment, how fragile trust can be, and how unbearable the pressure of constant public exposure can feel. As Tiny's life became a viral spectacle, the questions kept coming. Was the footage manipulated? Were there hidden motives behind the scenes? Could trust ever be restored? The world was watching, unable to look away from the emotional wreckage unfolding before them. The story, once one of success and celebration, had become a heartbreaking narrative of vulnerability and public devastation. Tiny, once the embodiment of strength, was now at the center of a viral storm. And as the night wore on, the intensity of the situation only grew. Fans were left asking, who could be trusted, and what really happened behind closed doors? Tiny's story became a lesson in the emotional cost of living under the constant glare of the spotlight. Tonight, Atlanta witnessed not just a scandal, but a collective heartbreak. A reminder of the unforgiving nature of fame, and the deep emotional toll it takes. The questions remain, the drama unfolds, and the world waits to see how it all ends. Stay with us, because the saga is far from over. The next chapter of this emotional journey is coming, and you won't want to miss a single moment.